What's up guys, welcome back to the next video in learning Python. My name is QDS Danny and you guys are watching my channel Wood. Okay, so we start the control flow. Our some folks call it conditional statements. So either conditional control flow or conditional statements are the same words. As a computer programmers, you guys know that the computer, we provide a code to computer and the computer goes line by line. So the computer reads our code line by line, and that's instruction that we give it to the computer. A program is a set of instructions that we give it to computer, and instructions are given to accomplish a task, and that task requires making decisions. So we have conditional statements. Our if else, whatever you guys call it, forms an integral part of the programming. Without that one, it's impossible to do programming. You guys needs to make, say, if, always needs to make if. So if I go to school on time, then I'm going to get reward. If I done good in this subject, then I'm going to get reward. So whatever your condition is, so we have to put in real life condition, and according to that condition we act. So either that condition, sometimes the outcome is good for us and the outcome is bad. So if I study hard, I'm going to get a pass exam. Say if I go on time, I'm going to be good or whatever. If you come late, then you're going to be out of the job. So if you haven't done this, then you're going to be in trouble for whatever reason. Sometimes it's pleasant and rewarding, sometimes it's unpleasant. So but it's condition. Always we put a condition on something and say if you do this, if you pass in the exam, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you money, or I'm going to give you reward. If you don't do that, then you're going to be, I'm not going to give you anything. So that's if, always. That's if you do this, then I'm going to be happy. If you don't do this, then I'm not going to be happy. The computers exactly understand our logic, so we have to give a condition to statements. So nowadays you guys see the websites, or you guys see the operating systems, or so how do they see the password? Say for example, you guys say the computer password, you guys already put in a password, say that's password, then the computer compares it. So and then how the computer compares, the computer compares with if statement. So the computer goes if this password matches another password, then if it matches, then I let you go. I then say you are welcome in the program, otherwise you are not welcome. So that's if, very simple inside the computer. And with that one, we're going to see all the websites, all the cool programs, our apps, everything's running inside the computer with the help of if. So imagine if they don't have a if, then it's very hard for the computer to run our programs. And as we said to you guys, put instructions. We are going to write computer instructions, and the computer is going to follow our instructions, and that instruction is going to be code in the form of code. We put a code, and then we put a code, and then we put a code, and the computer follows that code. All right, so we have three types of control flow, and you guys going to see the control flow. We have three types, and the first one is going to be sequential. What's a sequential control flow? Sequential control flow is that the computer they do the line by line. As I said here, you guys gonna put a code. So that's your first code, and that's your code 1. It's a block of code. Then it's gonna code 2, then it's code 3, and it goes all the way to code n. So computer computer reads line by line sequentially. And we throughout our list, our string, our dictionary, we said that the computer goes from left to right and in sequential order, and that's the first one is going to be sequential control flow, because it goes computer execute that line by line, whatever you guys going to put inside the main, and that main, then you're going to execute it line by line. So that's called sequential control flow. The second one is going to be decision control flow. Decision control flow. And the decision control flow is that we're going to see in this video is going to be, say, if you do this, then we are going to put a condition, and we're going to compare the condition. If, say, if 10 is greater than, say, 5, or greater than 5, or if 5 is greater than 0, or if 1 is greater than say 0, or any other condition. If my first name is equal to the second name, say if the password is equal to password 1 is equal to the second password. So this one's decision control flow. And the third one is the loop control flow. And the loop control flows, we're going to see that in future videos. We're gonna go on the loop control flow, but I'm going to tell you guys that so you guys should know looping, our loop control flow. Okay, so in the loop control flow, and we're going to see that there's going to be for loop, and it's going to be for each loop, and we're going to see the while loop. So that's loop control flow. And the loop control flow is going to be either if it's true, then the loop gonna go ahead. Otherwise, if the loop's not, if it's not true, then the loop's gonna stop. Say, for example, you guys need to initialize your loop. Then you guys need to put some sort of stop to the loop to execute. So, if, for example, if your loop reaches 100, it should stop, and then the next one is gonna be increment. Then you guys gonna need to increment your loop. So your loops gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever your guys gonna go. So your loop's gonna go ahead. Okay, so the sequential, as we said, that the computer gonna read line by line your code, and then it's gonna go ahead. Then the second one is gonna be decision control flow. In decision control flow is gonna be either if this if like 10 is greater than, say, 8, is going to be either true or false, and that's we're going to do with the help of if. And then as loop control flow, as I said to you guys going to put a for loop, or for each loop, or while loop. Then we're going to see the break and continue, because you guys needs to break the loop, and sometimes you guys needs to continue the loop. All right, so the first one is we're going to compare. And we're going to say if, for whatever reason, you guys going to say if, and then you guys going to put whatever condition you guys going to put it here. You guys going to put a boolean condition. So condition, don't worry about this, because that's just a placeholder, whatever I'm putting here. Then you guys going to put a print here, but you guys going to see here that from this point to this point, Python already put an iteration here. You guys are going to see there is a space, 4 spaces. So that's how Python, you guys gonna need to do this. So Python likes you guys to do your code's going to be readable, and it's going to be organized. So, and then it's going to be this is where the statements, this one's going to be statement, our statements, whatever you guys going to be S here. So we're going to begin our say, if you guys want to compare, say you guys going to put a C if, say 10 is greater than 5, here 5, here you guys going to put your if you observe here, we have put a condition. If the first number is going to be is greater than the second number, then we're going to print some sort of statement. So you're going to put a print, and you guys going to put a, say if you guys want to put 10 is greater than 5. If you put a string, then you guys don't need to do anything, because it's already, say Python is going to accept this. But if you guys want to put a digit, then I'm going to show you guys how you're going to put a digit. So we're going to run our first control flow. Say the first control flow is going to be 10 is greater than 5. So if you look in here, because we put it if 10 is greater than 5, then put this one because 10 is greater than 5. So how about if you guys want to put a say number here? So instead of literal string, you guys gonna come here and put digit. Alright, so if you guys put it, it's gonna run, but it's not it's wrong, so you guys need to put an F here. So if when you guys gonna put an F, then it's gonna accept string, and it's gonna accept number here inside. So when you guys gonna run, then it accepts this one. But if you guys sometime if you guys don't put this one, then you guys gonna get an error. Same say for example, if you guys wanna put a say my num, and you guys gonna put a input. So you guys gonna say please enter a number. This is pretty fine, this is okay. But if you guys gonna put say if say for example my num is such and such, say if you guys gonna say if my num say equal to 0, and then you guys gonna see you have entered 0, you have entered say 0. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys there is something wrong with this. Normally all these beginner programmers, they do mistake. So I'm gonna show you guys a simple program, then you guys tell me what's wrong with this if, because here we put a my num, this variable, so we're gonna get whatever information from the user, then we're gonna compare it. We're gonna see if my num is equal to 0, then we're gonna put a you enter 0, otherwise we are not gonna enter anything. But this is wrong, this program is wrong, our program is gonna crash. So if you're gonna come here, and if you guys gonna say if whatever number you guys gonna put 7, then nothing's showing because it's not equal to 0. But if you guys gonna put a 0, say we're gonna run again, so if you put a 0, then it's not showing anything. Why it's not showing? Because this is wrong. Okay, so first to begin with, you guys need to change the layout of this one. So you guys need to put an int here. Okay, so we want to put an int. Okay, so now when you guys gonna put an int, if you guys want to say float, and what is float? Float is like this is 190, that's int. But if you guys want to float, that's a float 1.90, because you guys want to put an int. Well, in that case you guys need to put a float here. So you guys need to put a float, but at the moment because 0 is int, again we're gonna put an int. Okay, so and we're gonna put an int, and you guys need to put an F here, so your you can see your number. So if you're gonna see now that we're gonna enter 0, if my num is equal to 0, then you're gonna see that our number is 0, and we're gonna run, and we're gonna see here 0, and you can see here that our program is running successfully. There is no problem, there is no issues with our program, and you guys see is all good. Just let you guys know, you guys need to put an int. And if you guys wanna say with the C++, all you guys gotta do is just put a C in, and the C in is gonna shift everything to that variable here. But Python is not like that. Python, you guys need to specify what you guys want to put, and that and this is good because then the user can't put anything else except this one. So we're gonna try to put a string. See what happens if you guys want to put a string. Say I want to put a wood, for example, and it says that's is invalid literal for int for with base 10 wood, because in Python you guys need to, it's very good for the app, because your apps goes and go in the everyone tests your app, and there's some, so they're gonna run some sort of code, malicious code, but your app should not accept anything other than int. So when you guys say put an age, then please enter a number, or say please enter your age, and age is age is integer, and say if your age is 30, and then if my age, for example, my age, and then you guys need to put a my age, then you guys, your age is 30, your age is 30. Okay, so now we're gonna run this and enter the age. So if you put a 30 and then you put your age is 30, but your program should not accept anything else other than integer, because you want the integer, because the age is integer. Age is, you guys can't put a 30 inside the age, and that's very good, because Python restricts the users to put only say integers, so they don't have to put any literal string or anything else. All right, so now the last one we're going to see, so my score, for example, you guys going to do my score, then we're going to put a say your score, my score. I'm going to show you guys the float as well. Say float, please enter your score. All right, so if my score, say my score is greater than say 50, then we're gonna say you have passed your test. All right, very simple program, because we're gonna, whatever we're gonna get from the user here, we're gonna assign it to this my score, and then we're gonna compare this my score. So if my score is greater than 50, then it means you have passed the test. So that's how we're gonna test. We're gonna see the user, if the user has passed the test or not, and then we're gonna see if say for example, if you put a 40, then you're not going to see anything, because the user has not passed. So we're going to come here and we're going to run again. So put a score, and our score is going to be say 60, for example, and then you're going to see that you have passed the test, because our user has passed the test. All right, so because we put a float, and then I'm going to show you guys, because I forgot that we put a float. Then if you put a say 20, for example, you're going to put our score is 80 point say 90. I know the score is not like that, but this accepts. So you guys can put your height. If your height is this much, this much is going to happen. So that's what the idea is, that you guys understand the if statements. That's how if works. So that's the whole idea. And then here, when you guys put an input, if you put a string, you guys don't just put an input. If you guys want to put a float, or you guys put a int, you guys need to put this one, and don't forget to put a f here. All right, guys, so we're going to wrap up this video. In the next video, we're going to see the if else. What is if else? And then we're going to complete this my score, or my test, whatever you guys want to do. Then we're going to complete this one in the next video. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.